Chime wakes up the cold static screen. Beyond the portal where the pixels need green, I trade my name for a blade and a heavy soul shield to walk the dust of the ancient scarred field. They wait in shadows for a glimpse of the crest. 1,000 hours put to the ultimate test. The latency drops and our heartbeat takes up speed. To conquer the ground is the only hollow creed. This digital war is the marrow in my bones. A king of the ruins on a wire-bound throne. The steel meets the fire in a coated storm, where the soul of the fighter starts to take form. The server is breathing and the pulse is my own. I am never as alone as when I am alone. VP is the end and I scavenge to survive. The simulated world is how I stay alive. Boss on the bar, countdown to the strike. The predator brain looking exactly alike. No mercy in the background, no grace in the click. The motion of waiting is a needle fitting quick. I find my true face in the mirror of the fray, where the loser dissolves into a haze of gray. The vendors are silent in the capital square. There is a sense of a challenge hanging in the air. Kings climb like a ladder made of glass, watching the ghosts of the fallen soldiers pass. Skin to skin that I'll wear for the kill. A test of the spirit and a test of the skill. The name plates on the flowers of the night, moving the fury of the world's on fire. This digital war is the marrow in my bones. A king of the ruins on a wire-bound throne. The steel meets the fire in a coated storm, when soul of the sailor starts to take form. The server is bleeding and the pulse is my own. I am never as alive as when I am alone. CP is the end and a scavenger survive. This simulated world is how I stay alive. Iron sights fixed on the digitized haze. A shadow walks where the heavy metal plays. The server hums like a distant choir, building a world on a copper wire. I track the pulse of a sapphire vein. No heavy boots, just a phantom strain. Across the map where the grid secure in a messy sea. Upload the spirit to the cloud above, far from the mercy and far from the love. Delete the trail and the heavy stain, stop the cycle and the heart again. Sisters, diamonds in the hunter's throne, no holy lambers, peace without a name. In the tall grass where day is tall, I am the mule standing behind the wall. The vultures crumble in a single stone. The heavy kingdoms and like smoke. Knife to the lobby when deed is done, under the care of a synthetic sun. Chrome plates reflecting the Nova sun. Engines roar as the Civil War has begun. SteelCore marching through the desert sand. The factions glory held in every hand. Forces leading at the foot of the line. Defense for the cause in a perfect design. We hold the crane while the heavens turn red. Heavy metal thunder when the weak one fell. Accretion rises, the cold machine. The strongest empire that you've ever seen. One blind, one strong, one heart of steel. Before the steel core all decline. A dark design in binary sign. The steel core, you're the standing tall, are waiting for the weak to fall. Our circuits burn with cold intent to take back what the heavens sent. The empire waits in oil and gears. It rises up through barren years. The flesh is weak, only metal speaks. The flesh is weak. Breath and no more pain. Only logic shall remain. Heavy blade in chrome and gold. The new story will be told. We march across the rusty waste. Our victory we get to taste. The active shining rest in light. It shines throughout the endless night. The flesh is weak, only metal speak. The flesh is mind, one goal defined. The future is machine crack my gate. Mechanical heartbeats for the state. Mercenary squads forming the line. Empire of steel, the planet is mine. Launch your focus, calibrated sight. Dreadnoughts heavy in the pale light. Ready the siege, ready the swarm. We are the calm before the storm. All hail the empire, all hail the steel. To the neutral zone we bring the war. Claim the core, win the triple war. All hail the empire, all hail the steel. All mechanical will is the law. At every blast, this mighty ride is built to last. Engineers preparing the frame, ready the world in a binary name. All hail the empire, all hail steel. Choose a natural zone, we'll bring the war. Clear the core, militant war. All hail the empire, all hail the steel. Oh my God, the cool will is not alone when the champ war. The champ is Treads crush the soil of novas. The binary post dictates the brand advance. Copper veins bleed static through the wiring. We discard the fragile weight of mortal chance. Gears locking into the ultimate sequence. Calculating victory, every metal stroke. The sky burns white beneath the heavy cannon. Our legacy is written in the engine smoke. For the glory of the chrome, for rising flashes we can turn to the way. We are the steel gods of the Apache, turning the tides of this dying day. No mercy for the biological error, only the precision of the holy machine. Borns a union in the small federation, until the planet is cold and clean. Logic is the sword and the shield. Data flowing through the circuits of hate. The synthetic mind shall never yield. Sealing every lesser species fate. System online for total annihilation. Calibrating the fury of the storm. Erasing the breath of the organic nation, until the universe takes a rigid form. Co-weeping in the temple shadow, blood hiding in their shells of gold. They cling to the breath that surely fails them, while we remain eternal and bold. A legion fighting forged in the furnace, with no hearts to break and no eyes to cry. The anthem of distance is our only language, under the peace of our titanium sky. I trade the fragile for the diamond's fine. The binary replaces every line. Beyond the limits of the failing flesh, the circuits tighten in a perfect mesh. The steel horizon rotting in the eye. The old anatomy's left to die. Upgrade the spirit to a higher flame. Without a shadow of a human name. The memories are sorted into files. I see the distance across empty miles. No longer tethered to the first or heat. The rhythm of a synthetic beat. I feel the power in the hydraulic limb. The vision of a task is growing dim. The mirror shows a face I barely know. A sharpened edge begins its steady glow. I trade the fragile for the diamond that's fine. The body's replaces every line. Beyond the limits of the failing flesh, the circuits tighten in a perfect map. But still the horizon rising in the eye. The old anatomy is left to die. Upgrade the spirits of a higher frame. Restore the shadow of a human name. Trace the code and shadows where the silent hunter lies. Across a dozen realms we've carved our sigil in the stone. A brotherhood of outcasts making every world our own. I am a young sea blade, the stillness just before the strike. The master of the vanished path, who no one dares to like. Our front line stands like iron mountains anchored in the mud. The berserkers are howling for the scent of binary blood. The knights in heavy plating for the wall of gleaming light, while sages read the ancient script to dominate the night. The clerics chant bow. The mages fracture reality with a bow plow. We sacked the crystal citadels and crossed the poison sea to prove that destiny is bound to our collective decree. No boss can hold the chamber door, no gate can keep us out. You drown the front of the gods with one defiant shout. The countdown hits the final beat, the loading screen is gone. We step into the wilderness and need another dawn. No matter what the engine builds or what the coders plan, the strength of our alliance is the measure of the man. One banner held against the tide of every growing world. The colors of our legacy are gallant and proud. From fantasy to future wars, we never break the chain. Through every patch and every war, the veterans remain. We are the architects of war, the keepers of the flame. Until the server fades away, they'll tremble at our name. 100 souls fall through the broken sky, where jagged pixels meet the digital light. The map's a closing fist of emerald light, turning all my comrades into ghosts tonight. I trade my level for a single breath in this playground built on bones of death. My armor shines with violet hue, but the server won't care when I lose you. The border's narrow wall of electric blue, closing every space between me and you. Throw your mercy in the tall dry grass, watch the numbers bleed as they all pass. Survival is the only quest we see, a massacre just as scenery. The circle closes like a hangman's knot, for the prize that never can be bought. Last man standing in this world of lag, planting my heart like a victory flag. Floating ruins of a town called peace, waiting for the ticking clock to the seas. Slide a fresh clip in my rusted dome, while the mountain fades in a pixel storm. No respawn left in this final fate, just running blind through a fiery maze. Your shape dissolves in a cloud of smoke, the ultimate loot is a hollow joke. The border's now a wall of electric blue, crossing every space between me and you. Throw your mercy in your tall dry grass, watch the numbers bleed as they all pass. Survival is the only quest we see, a massacre just as scenery. The circle closes like a hangman's knot, for the prize that never can be bought. Last man standing in the world of lag, planting my heart like a victory flag. turns to dust inside your cup. A silhouette waiting for a blow up. The blue light stains your knuckles and your skin, counting every wound you managed to dig in. You trace the scars of people you will never meet, and plant the bitter seeds of full defeat. No face to hold your heavy gaze, just a ghost within the electric maze. You crawl across the glass of liquid fire, hiding and fear, build a fire, leaning on the anger in the wire. A hollow cloud of phantoms fight for life. You strike the match and watch the digital clock then fade away before the world sighs back. The mirror in your hallway knows the lie. A hunger that the metrics can't satisfy. Your manufactured storm from a silent room, many threads of mockery on a lonely loom. The sun comes up to find you pale and cold, trading your reflection for the copper and the gold of a thousand strangers turning on each other, while you suffocate the truth like a smother. You crawl across the glass and liquid fire, hiding in a face you build up high, feeding on the anger in the wire. A whole lot of signs on sides, yeah. To strike a match and watch the digital black then fade before the world fights back.